Welcome back. I got 68 subscribers. I had 72 unsubscribed. I'm not mad. Thank you for those 2 people. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and sharing my content. I love it. Thank you very much. I teach, but I'm not a teacher. I instruct, but I'm not an instructor. I profess, but I'm not a professor. In this season, I'm being very careful, darling, with my I am statements because I am present. Okay. It is Thursday. Thank God it's Thursday. It is 3:02. Mama accidentally clocked out a minute early from work, but that's okay. Who cares? Moving on. Today was a very interesting day, darling. Very, 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 very interesting day. So, as you know, I'm at a school. I am off the teaching schedule. Hallelujah. 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 Okay. I am the cover teacher and I am the extraordinaire. Okay. Cover teacher. Love my popcorn. Can't eat it right now because can I eat and talk at the same time? Okay. Got them out of good behavior. Right? So let's talk about this school. Okay, so it's a government school. They have uniforms. They're not allowed to wear any kind of makeup. No nail polish. They have to blend in. We know how boring that is. And they can't be different at all in any way, shape, or form. Which I think is a good thing. I really don't have a problem with school uniforms. I think that growing up as a kid, if I was in a situation, I had a few situations where I wore school uniforms and I liked it. You know, I really enjoyed wearing, okay, let me just bask in the sunlight. I really enjoyed wearing them because I could focus more on learning. I feel like kids need to focus more on learning. Other schools didn't have uniforms, and I can see where kids were worried about what were they going to wear because other kids had like designer clothes and they were more so concerned about wearing the same outfit and not concerned with getting an education. If you notice, most of the wealthiest people on the planet, they do not care about how they dress until they're doing something like major, like if they're going to a business meeting or if they are going to an award assembly. But if you look at Mark Zuckerberg, he is walking around with some shorts and a t-shirt and some flip-flops. He's not, Steve Jobs wore a black turtleneck and blue jeans, right? A lot of kids don't realize the reason why they want you to wear uniforms is to focus you, because the most important decision you'll ever make in your life has nothing to do with your clothes. So you really need to focus on what's important, not what you're wearing, not what's on your body, but what's inside your body. That's most important, right? So, they cannot bring their phones, okay? Cannot, under any circumstances, bring your phone. You cannot take photos at school and post them on social media. You will get into some real serious trouble. Now, for the local people of this country, I don't really think anything is going to happen to them. It's happened before. It was in the news. I don't think they reported what happened to these kids. But if you're a foreigner and you do it, the book is going to get thrown at you because that's just the way it is when you're a foreigner. And if you look like me, the book is going to get thrown at me because look at my skin color and my gender. Okay? And you know what region I'm in, so you understand what I'm talking about, my skin color and my gender. Okay? So, today was a very interesting day because girls are being reprimanded for something that happened in week 1 or 2. So it is week 13. Next week we're going to be celebrating National Day at school because the next week after that, Thanksgiving, and the day after Thanksgiving is going to be exams, right? And then after that, it is the official National Day in which we have a 4-day weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Yes, okay. We're not going to complain about that because there's some people who don't get these amount of days off, okay? So while other schools are having like a midterm break, we just have a couple of days. So what are they getting in trouble for? So last week, grade 8 came to school wearing makeup. Okay? Last week, grade 8 came to school with their phones. That was last week. So when this girl got caught, guess what she did? This girl decided that she would implicate one of the girls in grade 10 advance. And this is what she said to the social worker. She says, I'm not the only person that's brought my phone to school. Grade 9 has done it, grade 10, grade 11, even grade 12. That's what she said. And then she began to give names. Now, when these people brought their phones to school, they probably brought their phones to school and took pictures and shared them amongst the girls, right? But let me tell you who they blamed. So one of the social workers has a niece here. And so her niece was the one that was blamed for everything. Every single thing. Oh, your niece, they gave us the makeup. Oh, your niece, she brought the phone in and she did this and she did that. Now, what I find interesting about this is while they're blaming the niece, who is her aunt is one of the social workers. One of the girls in her class, her mother is a secretary. Do you notice how they didn't blame, and she's the worst in behavior in that class, the girl whose mother is a secretary? Notice how they didn't blame it on her. You notice how they didn't do that? They blamed it on the social worker's niece. I think that's interesting. I really do. But I really think it's interesting because why would grade 8 go out of their way to lie on grade 10 advance and 11 and 12? It makes no sense. It doesn't benefit you to be ratting out what other people have done in the past, right? So now this girl has dragged other people into her situation because she can't stand alone in her mistake. I wonder. Goodness. I wonder. Still not right. I wonder, where did she learn that from? Where could she have learned this behavior from? Where did she learn it from the maid in her house? I doubt it. Did she learn it from the nanny? I doubt it, because the maid and the nanny look like me, or they're Filipino, so she didn't learn it from them, because they're not even allowed to do that. They're just not allowed. That's a whole nother video, darling. That's a whole nother video. Okay. Who are we learning this behavior from? We bend our bodies and fix our mouths to pray 5 times a day, and then we get up off of our knees and we go sinning. Okay. Interesting. So now all of the girls that have been named are now in trouble. Here's the thing though. Grade 12 wasn't really even spoken to. They're almost out of here. But all of the other girls, oh wait, let me be honest with you. Those other girls, grade 11, they're probably not going to be spoken to, right? But grade 10 advanced will be, because when they were in grade 8, minus the social worker's niece, those kids were turned up every day. But most likely it was the secretary's daughter. There are 3 morbidly obese people at my school. The first one is the nurse. She's Egyptian. The secretary and her daughter. I don't even know why I told you that, but yeah. And I'm sitting here trying to say to myself, why didn't they blame it on the one person in grade 10 advance who needed to get some smoke for her behavior? Right? Now, I'm not sure why, but this child knows better because she went to a private school, right? So she knows the ins and outs of school systems. She went to a public school, then she went to a private school. Now she's back at a public school. And I'm pretty sure she wished she never came to this school, because this school is no fun. There is nothing about this school that's fun. So why are these girls bringing their phones to school? It's a basic common sense reason. It's the same reason why the social worker and every other adult in that building did it. It's to make memories. Catch this shenanigans that these people are saying to the kids. Oh, what are you going to do? Are you going to post the school online and you're going to sell it? This is a government school. Let me tell you something. This government couldn't sell their schools to anybody. They couldn't sell anyone their public school system. Trust me. No one would buy it. No one would buy it. No one would buy the public school system in this country. No. Oh no. No. The other thing was, what are you gonna do? Send the pictures of boys? These girls, these adults are projecting onto these girls. None of these girls are interested in boys right now. They're interested in getting high marks so they can go to the right college or university within their country. That's not their thinking. They know they cannot sell the school because they're not dumb. But these social workers, these interesting social workers, and mind you, why do we have 3 social workers? Because the manager, who used to be called the principal, but you can see why she's called the manager, because nobody in their right mind would lose a vice principal and then replace a vice principal with 2 social workers. The incompetence in this place, the blatant incompetence, right? Just the blatant incompetence, right? So now these girls have to sign a piece of paper and all this other kind of stuff. You know, when I was growing up and I got in trouble, I never implicated other people. I was able to stand alone in whatever mistake I made because that's how my mama raised me. I was raised that way. I wasn't raised to blab on people. I was never a tattletale. I kept my mouth shut. I remember one time I brought something to school that I wasn't supposed to bring. I got in trouble for it, but then other people had done it too. I just stood there and just took my punishment. Then when the other kids found out, they were like, yo, you didn't implicate us? I was like, no. They were like, why? I was like, why should you get in trouble? You did that. You did this, what, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago? That's crazy. Why would I implicate you in something that I'm doing currently? You did it in the past. The past is, I don't live in the past. I visited every once in a while to revisit lessons I've learned, and they were like, but you don't like me. It doesn't matter whether I like you or not. There's no need for you to get in trouble for something you did in your past. That was in your past. This is the present. Like I said, I don't live there. I do visit the past for, just to get my lessons, learn my lessons and stuff. Refresh myself on lessons I've learned so I don't make those mistakes again, right? Kids are kids. These kids, they can't leave their home unless they get married. Once they get married, they can successfully leave and be in their husband's house, but they're not like me. They're not free. They can't go where they want. They can't do whatever they want. They can't be whoever they want. They constantly have somebody breathing down their necks, right? And they have to marry their first, they may not have to marry their first cousin, but that's what is expected of them. It is expected that they will marry their first cousins. Life is hard here for girls who don't have a father, right? Somebody actually told one of my girls that she's going to grow up to be a BITC you-know-what because she doesn't have a father, right? I know tons of people who grew up without a father. They are not a BITC you-know-what. And this was told to them by maybe, the adults, right? This is what adulting is nowadays. This is how we guide and inspire, and this is social work at its finest, right? I know social workers. These three people that are in this role, they are not social workers. I don't know who they are or where they come from or why they're woken up every morning, because the most expensive plot of land in the world is a cemetery. Why is it expensive? Because everybody there died with their dream inside of them, and yet I'm on earth dealing with a bunch of just buffoons, idiots, and just buffoonery. Right? Bad enough these girls don't even get to go on trips because of something they did back in grade 8. Now, mind you, okay, punish them, during the year that they've been popping off. But now they're grade 10 advanced. And why punish the one child in that class that comes from a private school? She has nothing to do with the shenanigans of this class. But it doesn't matter because, we're all powerful now. We're all adults, right? We're married to our first cousins, right? We apparently aren't happy. We get stipends for all of our children. We get nannies for all of our children. We get all these financial blessings from our country, right? And yet we just want to come to work and be mean, right? Why not say something like, listen, I know you guys want to make memories, so why don't we just have a day where you can just bring your phones and we can make memories. You can bring makeup and do all these other... This is why I still wear my mask. Even while I'm alone in my car, I seize in my mask. Okay. Right? Why don't we just do that? Why don't we create opportunities for these girls to create memories at school? Right? You want to know why? Because people with no brains are in administration. I thank God for having managerial skills, having been a manager before. If I told my girls, I was like, listen, let's sit down and talk about some of the things we want to do at school, right? Let's talk about it. You guys want to make memories at school? Okay, cool beans. Like, how many times a week should we bring in our phones to create memories? Now, mind you, the work has to get done. You guys have to do your homework. You have to help each other out. You have to have Aleph done. You have to be, good in classes. You have to be on time. The classroom has to be clean. Obviously, Obviously, right? Obviously, right? Things are negotiable. We can talk about this, all right? We can talk about it, right? But these people, they go straight for the jugular. Oh, you're going to sell the school? Oh, you're going to send the photos to boys? Trust me, these boys are not attractive. I don't even know how they find each other attractive. They were the last people on the face of the planet to be like, or no. Oh. Adults making children's life hard. I didn't have this growing up as a kid. I was around people with brains, but All right. Go to work on time. Do your job to the best of your ability. Mind your business at all times and go home to the life you've been blessed with. And this is why kids love me and not those other people.